task 3. Task 3 actually it is on the list.js. So number 1 is refactor and function components 2 and hooks. You could use function components or you could use hook. Number 2, it is use async and await. Number 3, need to add a case for handling an empty article list. Number 4, limit to 10 and order the article list. So number 1 looks like it's quite big. Let me go back to the list.js. So if we come to here, he also write the task on here. Number 1, refactor to function components, hooks. So at the moment, this is a class components. We need to change it to either function components or just write your custom hook. So I will write my custom hook first, then replace delete the class components. So instead of have a class components, we have a functional components. But we name the name still exactly the same, so we have constants called list. And since it's a function components, we only accept pops. Function components don't have a render. Instead, we just return our UI. In here, the action event, they say this. Once you do function components or either hook, then you don't have this. We don't have an index scope. So we're going to copy the hand click. Here we're going to do. We don't have a this, so we also don't have a set state. Instead, we use set state. The initial state we're going to here the find that he tells us it is selective 1. And also we notice we have actually 3 initial state, articles, loading, and select. So we need to add 2 more. The loading state by default, they say that is false. Articles initial is set to no. In function components, we don't have this state. So instead of call this set state, we use our set selected. Keep looking, we still missing component did amount. He actually make an Ajax code. So we have a set timing out. In React hook, we no more life cycle method component did amount or amount. So we need to use effect. Use effect accept the callback function. And with the parameter, I put this is empty array. It means this life cycle only run once, and it indeed only expect run once. So on components did amount, I make fetch, then get the article, then update the article, set the article to articles. So I could render on pops. I need to move the set timing out inside to my hooks function, use effect. When you come to set timing out, this is second task. Expect you to write change a promise chain. So to use the ES6 feature async await. So we just refactor this one. Normally I would like put in try catch block. So if any issue happen, we only handle in one location. Fetch is a promise, so we need to use await. Once the promise come back, we need to resolve it. The data action is the response.json. Response.json actually is a promise call, so actually in here we also need to wait. Once this done, we need to find this hydrate. What did they do? If I'm looking for the hydrate method, it actually just set the article to this data and say loading is false. In React Hook, it works very simple. So instead use set. So we already have this set loading. We need to set to false. In here, actually, any exception happens, I'll also expect it to false. Try catch block suppose inside the async function. This have a breaks block down. Finally, if try catch set this suppose inside the function try catch suppose in here. Yeah, just this is our async callback. Async callback expect a timeout, so it is a async function. We put inside a try catch. So we don't need this one, and we need to set the article. The article is our data. So task 1, task 2 is done. So async await. Then we keep looking that he write the comments in here. And to do limit to the first 10 and all the article alphabet. These are we handle in the data. So once I fetch the data, I will only get the first 10 and also need all the alphabet. Let me keep looking if we have another task. Yeah, here he said we also need a handle input article. If we didn't get the article, definitely this map function won't going to work. So here we are block. So once the loading is finished and our article equal to null, still didn't get the article, we fail. So we just say not found. The article have only when finish is loading, and we have articles. Object it will be true, nullable will be false, so it go over there. But what happened is empty array. So if it is an empty array, I could in my loading I set it is null, so it will also go over there. So I only left one task is to limit to top 10 and order the articles alphabetically. So once I get the data, I don't use this data directly set it. I only get the top 10. So it actually tests your JavaScript array function. So top 10, I define constraints. Instead, so data say give me top 10. I use the slide because Slice is immutable. So this gives me top 10 items. So like I said, in here what happens if the backend give me empty data or other object. So only this one happens, only to do it happens, only data not equal to null. And we also need to make sure it's not equal to undefined. And it is an array. Also, I like not empty. So this time can guarantee this data, it is array. And top 10 is done. So now we need to find out alphabet order. Let me find out what is the article schema. So inside the article, they actually have a title and a body. So I will alphabet by title. So if I go back to our list, so I need to do a sorting. So the final result will be what I listed articles. I will set these articles. This article needs from this top 10 and I need a sorter. The sorter will take a callback for two elements A and B. Like I said, I need to sort by the title. I change it to uppercase or lowercase or doesn't matter, just change it to uppercase. For compare easily. Now we just need to return A minus B. If greater than 0, I return 1. Otherwise, A minus B, because they only have 3 conditions. Either is greater or either is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, just return 0. Otherwise, if A minus B, A less than B, then return negative as verbate. So it's the same because A minus B so only have 3, either is greater than 0 or equal than 0. So once if not greater than 0, they only have 2 conditions, either is equal to 0 or is less than 0. If less than 0, I return negative 1. So as verbate. If equal to 0, I just stay no change. So sorter is also done. So let me now I could remove the class function. So we don't need it. Instead, we export it is the list. Task 3 is done. And 1 refactor to hook, yes. Async await, yes. Need a case for 100 empty article, yes. And if it is nullable and even 100 nullable and undefined, and limit to time and sorted, yes. Actually, I forgot I missed one thing over there. We need a change in here. We actually initial need to be true. Because when this components started, it is true. Once the fetch is done, then we say that the loading is false. So in this scenario, no matter only this loading finish, we have this kind of situation. Either is null. If it is undefined R1 set, so it is still with the initial value null. It is less than, if it is empty, it R1b set, it is still null. So if it is array and greater than 10, then it will do sorting. Pick up top 10, then do sorting. So this job is done. Now let me just start it, see if what it look like. So did you see we have a mouse mover? It will identify the location. And if we are going to change, it is going to do this one. But it looks like the UI have one thing didn't change. It is doesn't load the article. If we look at our code, it says not found. So it indeed make Ajax call, but it is return not found. Let me see the later Ajax call. So it make a post, and let me see preview data. We actually found it, so there have a bug. Let me go back see what happened. This is blocked.